how big this game over here. You feel me? Ain't even realize it till it hit. That's what's happening, bro. Like they starting to include me. I don't even be tripping because it be giving me the like it be putting me in a space to where like I don't just get tied into just LA shit. You feel me? Like I could be.
It's on. What's the deal? It's your boy Yike Mike. We here at the Ox Connect podcast with female co-host Danny,
Danny with two eyes. What's
and
the
we
deal?
got King Cut.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And today we got a special guest. We got Lambo4oe coming from
Deal,
the
man.
Los
Support
Angeles
Lambo4oe.
area, Watts,
Yeah.
California. How you doing today, Lambo?
Man, just chilling, man. Thank y'all
Chilling?
for having me, bro. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, you
Likewise.
actually one of the top LA artists right now, and it's crazy because you kind of like not in the topic of like the trending LA artists, but
Yeah.
you had well over like 3 million monthly
Yeah.
listeners on Spotify. That's more
One
than
of my personal faves for surely. I
for
can honestly
sure.
say.
for
Thank you.
surely.
No
Like
problem.
you definitely like you getting your flowers, bro. You deserve your flowers, bro. Keep going.
Thank you,
Definitely
bro.
like your song.
Yeah,
Keep
it's,
going.
it's crazy, bro, because I don't really get. Yeah, sometimes I ain't in the topic, but I feel like if I feel like if I was just chasing that, like I wouldn't be like even like where I'm at. Like if I was just
Right.
trying to be the topic, like no, I focus on like really just making good music because I really love music. Like I just like music, making music. So I feel like that's why I'm growing so fast because I don't really pay attention to the end result like that, like or money or stuff like that. I just focus on like really creating an experience like Lambo4oe. Like I really
Yeah.
want people to be like, damn, that's Lambo4oe. So
You
I
enjoying
ju-
the process.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So
So
explain Lambo4oe. What is Lambo4oe?
Yeah, what does that mean
What
to you?
Lambo4oe is just my favorite car was a Lambo and shit. I'm a Taurus and that's the sign of a bull and my birthday the 4th month. So I just mashed it together like that. Just
Okay,
something
Wait a
personal.
second.
You
Wait
got
a
a
second. You said your
birthday
birthday
coming
the
up?
first month?
No, the
I mean, the
fourth month.
month.
Yeah,
Me
the
too.
fourth
What?
month.
What?
April 26th.
Oh yeah, I'm the first.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes sir. So you're Aries.
Aries.
All right, for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
Taurus.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Aries gang,
There
Taurus
we go.
gang,
There we
Yeah.
Capricorn gang.
There we
Was
go.
you? Was you?
I'm an Aquarius.
Aquarius gang.
The
All them
third.
gang, 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 gang. Feel me?
So it made me want to ask though. You was talking about you're enjoying the process of making music. You're not really focused on the destination or the goal necessarily, but you're enjoying the process of it.
Yeah.
Who would you say that you make music for? Not that it has to be one group of people, or
Yeah.
but who do you kind of make your music for?
I really like. I try to make music for like the world, like to connect to the world. Like I feel like I ain't making music for the streets. I ain't making music for a hood. I ain't making music for really like myself. Like I just really want to give people like good music, a good vibe, like a good time. Cause like I feel like it be so different with music now. Like people can't even have a good time
Yep,
no more. So
exactly.
it was like, man, I could be like this and fit in a box, or I could just really just be me and just
Mm-hmm.
be something different like to the
Yeah.
game. And so that's what I'm really on. I'm paving a way to do that. Like I already know like I can't be successful in nobody else's shadow or trying to be
That's
somebody
true.
else.
That is
So
true.
I just gotta be myself. I was always myself even when like you said, I wasn't getting the recognition. But now it's like, okay, now they starting to see me. So now I'm trying to really go harder. Like
Yeah.
because I feel like it don't take that long to really get to where you need to get. You just gotta be willing to try to get better fast.
going.
Like
Yes.
you feel me?
But
Like
it can't be easy though. You traveling a path that's not paved. You doing it your way. Like
Yeah.
how is that? Because I know if you was like a straight industry artist,
yeah.
going off the blueprint, you going off the
Yeah.
format. It's easy to make a hit that the radio gonna pick up something like that.
Yeah.
But when you're doing it organically, how is that?
Okay, so like I really that's where I stand out like in my own way because like I don't really try to like think as if I was a big rapper yet.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people would probably like give me that recognition sometimes when I go around them, but for the most part, I'm thinking still like, okay, from an aspect on how did I make this shit work? Like
Mhm,
from my
exactly.
position. Like I know I'm getting like up and growing higher, but I'm still like paving my own blueprint that I had to build myself. Like you
More
know,
so of like a business mindset. Like you're
Yeah.
thinking of it more so as a business than
Yeah.
like, oh, like I'm famous, I'm a rapper. No, like
Yeah.
this is my business, this is my
Yeah.
brand. You're
yeah,
looking
my
at it
brand,
as a brand.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like I really, I really be hard on myself about that because I know that like from certain decisions I make, it could like make me like
changes that trajectory.
Like my value lower.
Yeah.
It's just like a stock. Like I look at it. I don't really view it that way, but in a certain sense, like I look at it that way because it's like whatever I do and the choices I make is gonna make me bigger, or it can make me like back in the same position. I don't want to be in a staggered position. Like I want to keep growing. So I try to stay focused on those type of things. Like what's going to make me and help me become a bigger artist. More so like, okay, I see this hottest artist right now, like somebody like Lil Baby or somebody like that, and I'm just trying to do everything Lil Baby trying to do.
Exactly.
No, I'd rather much build my own sound, build my own brand, and then one day like Lil Baby, like, oh, okay, that's Lambo.
Right.
You feel me?
I could tell that's how the approach that you come with music, because the lyrics that you use, like for instance the song Rain, like I gravitated to that song because of the lyrics. Like you're more so like motivating the person, you know, like more so like telling like, you know, when it's looking sunny, it's gonna shine. Like, you know, it's still gonna, even though it's looking sunny, it's gonna, like, you know, even though it's not gonna, it's looking, you know, cloudy, you know, it's still gonna shine on you. You feel me? Like, it's still gonna be there. It's still gonna have that motivation. So I say that to say this, like, you said that you want to continue to be you. You see, that's you showing your listeners, that's me. Like, I went through this. This is something that I'm going through. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. And at that time, like, when I made that song, like, only reason I chose those lyrics because, like, my uncle was in the hospital and he was dying at the time, and it was like, it was weird because I was blowing up at the time. I was flying to New York, taking label deals and stuff like that, and it was just like, it was like I was in a space to where it was like, okay, do I let this affect my mind and I don't complete the mission, or I let this just take me away from it, like a normal like thinking process, like
react to it or overcome it.
Like you know, just let it eat you up. And I was just like, that's why I made it like that, because it was like it's raining on me, but I feel like it's sunny times coming, and I feel like now I got a bigger purpose to even do it now.
Most
so
definitely.
it was like that's where I was. Like all my music right there, it was like all my songs, like it connected something.
Yes,
like,
even
so,
the project buildings, like you being you by saying like you was saying like you started off the song. First I'm gonna say it like this. I like the song because it has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
I could cry to that song and I could turn up to that song.
Yeah.
So like you start off the song with like, you know, like, and until then, I'll be thinking about the project buildings, looking fire with the ghetto children.
Yeah.
And then you go in to say like, I look up in the sky and say, why nigga, like long live you know, your homie, why you die, nigga. Sometimes I look up for the sky, why you die, nigga. Like, I felt that. Like, so you go from, you know, like, I'm finna thug this out to like, dang, bro, like, what's going on? Like, why this had to happen? Like, so it's just reflective, but still, like, you know, even though I'm reflecting that, I'm still gonna turn up. Like, it's cool. Like, so
What's your process when you're making your music? Like, a song like that, do you get in the studio, go through beats, or do you have a producer with you? What's your process in making music?
Really, so like, I just like stick to like my own set of certain producers and stuff like that. So like I don't really like try to just go and work with people because they got a name and stuff like that. I really work with people if I really like they beats and stuff. So I just like I'll be different. I'll work with somebody that don't nobody know. Like,
how do you find out their beats? You hear records they produced, or they send you beats and you I like their beats. Now you like the producer.
I will like for a while I would listen to YouTube beats and stuff to where like I found like the people like I'll listen to that beat. If I like that beat, I'll go listen to more of their beats, and then like I try to reach out to them, and then like I get a response from some people, and it be like, okay, it just be about the money, and then some people like I meet, and it be like they want to build, so I'll be like
relationship.
Yeah, so that's how I met my boy Chromo. He from the Netherlands. He
not from out here.
I hear a lot of good.
Was he a YouTube? You found him on YouTube, or how did you find him?
Yeah, I found him on YouTube, and he's 16.
Dope.
He's 16?
Yeah, he's 16. Yeah, so when I signed, I had to talk to his parents and stuff like that.
Oh, they had to sign the papers.
So I talk to him all the time, like on everything. That's like my little bro. Like I really locked in with him, and we really to this day, like I FaceTime and stuff like that. He in a different time zone, so I might have to stay up all night to talk to him, like on FaceTime. Then I gotta pay for the calls too,
Was it WhatsApp or how do you call him?
No, I call him on FaceTime. It's just like FaceTime. They numbers just different. Like he had to call me first in order for me to be able to FaceTime him back, because it's like it's weird. Like the area code is different. Like I don't even know.
Does he have any social media? Because I always been wanting to figure out
No,
who
no,
produced
that's right.
Self-Esteem
No,
and
I know that's
going
right.
record.
No, he do. He just like he just not that known like in California, like so he don't got a lot of
International, yeah, it's
he got
different.
followers from out there, like
Yeah.
so
Right.
it's like so my whole like when I got the beats from him, like I wrote Self-Esteem, I was walking around the room just writing it, like I write the hooks first because like a lot of people tell me like I'm really good at hooks and I make hooks fast, like I make hooks like within 3 minutes, like that's why I record a lot of songs like within a day, like I record like damn near 16, 17 songs. Now if I really push myself, I could record like 20 some songs in a
Knock
day.
'em out.
How many
Yeah.
songs do you feel like you have in the vault right now?
Like since I signed, I already made like over like probably 300 songs, probably close to 300 songs. I only been signed for like 4 months, like but before that, like all my old songs, right? I probably got like 1,000, like something like.
Hey, do you
You always
plan on
in that
doing
mode.
something? Like, do you plan on doing something with that, or is that
Yeah.
just like what? Like you think of it as like equity? Like how do you look at that?
Yeah, because it's like okay, the more music I make, and it's like, say if I have a deal to where like, okay, I only supposed to give them this amount of music, I got so much music that I could pick through, and then I'm continuing to make music that I'm not, and now I got music in the cut that I haven't dropped. So it's like when I'm done with this deal and I get a new deal, it's like I'll be able to get a bigger deal because I got more music,
I still got life.
Yeah. So and it's like, that's where I really be focused on, like and I get in the studio. If I stay in the studio, and just make all hooks. Like some days I would just make all hooks. I probably make like 25 hooks, and then like I'll go back the next day and I'll go record all verses to them. Like, and then I'll make probably like 16 more before I go that day, and then I'll just go back like that. And I put it like this because it's like that's the way I'm gonna be able to stay ahead because I know a lot of artists don't really put in the work ethic like that. So I'm more so like, okay, I'm gonna go my hardest right now, and then it's gonna show. Like I don't really even gotta talk like that. Like I don't gotta. That's why I try not to get mad and be in my feelings because I know like the internet ain't gonna care about it like, at all. So I just try to be like the artist, like somebody could watch and like try to replicate, like and be like, okay, I want to be like Lambo4oe, like type shit. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. So my recording process is crazy. Like it's different from other people's. Like I build around songs. Like I don't just like record a hook and then a verse. Like I got fucking 8 layers of ad libs. I got like
Deep, your bag deep.
yeah.
So you write your hooks, right?
Yeah, I write my
You
hooks.
write your verses or freestyle?
Sometimes I'll freestyle like the first 2 bars of my hook, like, and then I'll just write the rest of it. And then like if I'm in a booth, sometimes I punch in a lot, like so I could get done fast. Or sometimes I might write the songs early in the morning before I ever do anything at home. Like
Do you have like a personal engineer?
yeah, my boy Esteban.
All right, shout out, bro.
Yeah.
So, do you understand like time-based effects on your voice? Like, do you know your sound to where if you say you were with another engineer, you can tell them like, oh, I want that much reverb and delay.
Hell yeah, like that's why, cause I really pay attention to my music because I feel like if nobody can make you sound better than what you know you want to sound, like you feel me? And sometimes like I feel like the typical artist, they may record a song with somebody, an engineer, and want them to make them sound like something. So I already like try to perfect how I sound. So when I meet them halfway, it's like I'm learning all that extra shit like plugins, like reverb, reverse reverb, like all that type of shit. But it's like I'm not trying to do what people trying to do. Like I be up in there and be like, do I actually sound good? Because I tell myself if I don't sound good, like I don't gotta beat myself down, bro. But I'm like I try to like be like, okay, I try to be like hard on myself, but then cool with myself, like to the point where like I'm still looking at myself like no matter how old I get, I'm still looking at myself like
would I still listen to this?
Yeah, or do this shit sound fly? Like do this how this make me feel? Like so that's what I really try to pay attention to and vibes and shit and how it really make people feel because bro, I've never made a song like Self-Esteem before. But
that's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to. What was that process like?
Like I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like I was in a point in time in my life to where like I felt like I had to pick my own self up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, man, like I'm feeling like I lost myself in certain areas, and I'm like, ooh, nah, I gotta pick it back up. So I'm like, okay, self esteem. Like I'm like, I kind of like go off one word. Like I'll go off one word, and I just build a whole hook around that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm like self esteem. Like that song, like that meaning just can mean so many
It's
different
real.
things.
Right.
It's
And
real.
you put it in a perspective
Yeah.
of a female. Like
Yeah.
it's not in the perspective of that what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I get it
Yeah.
now that you're saying
Yeah.
it. For surely you have
It's
to
in
dig
third
deep.
person.
Yeah.
So like I had to really like think like, okay, from a female's perspective, and then I had to think like, okay, like what's going on in this generation? Like what's really like the main things that stick out the most? And everything that I was saying was that like it was just like from people when I'm talking about people getting locked up upstate. Like that's like New York type style and
Yeah.
shit. That's what they say and shit like
Upstate.
that.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Rikers Island and shit.
yeah, and fucking he trying to hit a lick, but he don't really rock. He trying to sell a brick. Like that's just like the typical mindset of like, and I feel like a lot of girls like from like just me just seeing and knowing and coming across and just knowing in the world, like a lot of girls like don't like certain shit and niggas be thinking they like it.
Yep. Until
Like,
they really talk to the female and they realize like, oh no, I really don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
No, you good.
Yeah, sticking to that. Did you know that you had that record when you was making it? Did you know like the impact it was gonna have on everybody?
I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like I knew like when I make songs, like if I could dance to them like a motherfucker, like and I could feel them, I know I could go make people like them.
I like that you said feel, like because you have a lot of soul elements in that song. What kind of did you reach back into like your older generation to classics to pull from that?
I did.
To pull that emotion out.
Yeah, like cause I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I be listening to like I was listening to like a lot of like New Edition, Ralph Tresvant, shit like that. Like just listening to how they harmonize and shit like that. So like I'm just recreating shit in this version of me. Like
I respect it.
Yeah, so I really did. I was listening to a song called "Man with Sensitivity," like Ralph Transverse.
When did you listen to that song? Because I heard that in an interview you spoke on that.
Yeah.
Where were you? Like were you a kid listening to this, or were you like now growing up? You're trying to explore into your R&B and trying to like widen your mindset, or was it something like homegrown?
No, like I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I always hear like old school music. Right, I'm at my mama house, like or at my family member's house. Like I always heard old school music, so I kind of know a lot of music. Like, and I was just like, let me like I got like a certain amount of songs like I got in my playlist that I just listen to. Like I always loved.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was like, man, I was like, I heard how he was doing his ad-libs and shit. Well, that started way back from Project Buildings when I started using that. Okay?
Exactly.
And like with self-esteem, I'm just knowing like, okay, first of all I use self-esteem and then I use Is It the Kiss for me. I never heard nobody really make no song like use that slogan. So I was like, okay, I can use that. That's gonna give it substance. That's already gonna latch on to millions of people because people already said
Yes,
where did that come from?
Catchy,
Is it the kiss
right.
for me? Like that is that like where did you get it from?
Catchy.
Yeah, like I used to always hear like females say like it's the something for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I heard that line before, like how Moneybagg Yo will say like certain lines from Twitter or phrases and make it for a song.
It's the for me.
I think he's like one of the only I hear that implements that type of catchphrase into music.
Yeah, because I listen to a lot of down
Not
south
like
music. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like me coming out of Watts and me just living in Watts, like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like the music that we listen to out there, and when like me coming up in the early like 2000s and shit like that, bro, it was like Rich Boy and fucking 50 Cent and all type of different shit.
Yes.
Like, bro,
Heavy music.
yeah, like like I remember just one point in time in my life being in Watts in the projects, and I wake up in the morning and I hear Kanye West, you can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, but
hot.
that's
That was
broad.
hot, like,
that was all over
yeah.
LA. Like all them
Yeah.
artists was all over LA. And I wanna drill, like,
Yeah.
go away to something else. Were you aware of the LA rap report card? Because you're on it.
Yeah, I know it. It was my first time getting on it. Last year, I was kind of down, like I didn't get on it.
Mm-hmm.
I already felt like I was dropping songs that a lot of people like my age wasn't dropping. Like I feel like a lot of people drop songs, but I actually got hits.
Yes.
And it's like it's different, like, bro, because I'm not really like needing features. Like none of my songs that I actually cracked off was with features or help from anybody. It was just me. Like the whole 2020. Like I was going through the whole IE. Like I was going everywhere. Like every pool party performing. Like throwing shows with my friends and stuff.
Use networking.
Yeah, so I was putting it. I was putting it
Yeah.
in people's face, like
Most definitely.
to where like I already knew it was a hit. Like I used to tell them, like I'm like, man, this song gonna be a hit. Like, cause I know like as long as I like go and perform it and people see me, like it's gonna become a hit. I just gotta put the work behind it. Like, and I feel like a lot of artists nowadays, like they just drop and then after a week, like they'll just let the song be.
Right.
But like I really believe in like really promoting your music.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
forever.
You one of the artists I see. You promote your music a lot.
Yeah.
Like you always posting on your
every
main
morning.
Brandon
feed.
was up there.
Artists
Your
don't do
Brandon
that.
score was really up
Yeah.
there. If I can
Every-
recall,
every-
it was like a 7 or an 8. Like,
Yeah.
You were up there, but your catalog was low because, like you said, you
Yeah.
wait. And
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Like, so do you feel like that criticism? How do you feel like that criticism was going to help you improve, or do you feel like that you're going to
what's the-
look at that criticism as
Like
an
I feel
improvement?
I feel like as I've been coming up in this music stuff, like I've been learning like everybody they always have a different opinion.
Mhm.
You know, I might meet somebody that really, really like me and I don't know why they like me like that.
Right.
And they might be in a bigger position than me.
Mhm.
And then I could have some people to where like they listen to my music, but they might not typically just like the type of music I make. So it's like, okay, from my perspective, all the people that the artists that was in my class, like, well, maybe that's why I'm just like getting on the report card and certain other artists that I know ain't on there because maybe like I had to like make something that he actually liked.
Mhm.
You know, maybe he ain't grade me off all my music that I dropped. Maybe he graded me off the 2 hit songs that he know that I have made. You know,
Yeah,
so
your catalog is big.
It's
Yeah.
pretty big.
Your older songs are more rapping, like,
Yeah,
and then
more,
you
yeah.
started moving into
You
like
got
singing with
Singing.
Spaceship
Yeah.
and Project Buildings. What made you stop the rapping and go into singing? Like, were you noticing a change in numbers and people
yeah.
on your singing music more?
It wasn't I feel like I was just like I was just rapping, but I was just not feeling. It wasn't feeling fun to me.
So it was fun
You
in the
just doing
singing.
it as a
Yeah.
job.
What was the
Yeah.
biggest jump? Like you had Spaceship, you had Self Esteem,
Yeah.
and then before all that was Project Buildings. What was like the biggest jump?
My biggest jump was when after Project Buildings, I dropped my mixtape called Crystal Soul, and I had dropped that, and once I dropped that shit, that's when all my other songs start to crack off, like to the point where Self Esteem didn't crack off yet. Coop Came Red was actually going faster than
Yep.
Self Esteem before.
At the time.
Yeah,
Viral,
so
yeah.
I was like, I was pressing Coop Came Red, like thinking like, okay, I got another Project Buildings type song, and I don't really like those songs like that because it's like for me, like all the shit that I always seen in my life and I done been around. It's like I kind of like really feel like in order for me to actually be happy in life, like at some point in time, like I gotta see different shit, like
Right.
Exactly.
and I gotta actually want different shit. And so like that's where really like my jump was from. Like it wasn't really nothing personally or me like trying to change like where I come from or who I am, because I'm always gonna be me. And it was just like really just like, okay, from an artist standpoint, like do I want to be this type of artist on this type of level? Because there's a lot of people rapping in LA, and it's just like it was just like the type of rapping I was trying to do, it wasn't fitting in with the rapping that everybody else was
Everybody else
doing.
was doing,
Like
yeah.
they was just like I was trying to rap about certain shit and turn up, and everybody else was rapping about straight like game banging. Like, you
Mhm.
feel me?
The stagnant vibe. What was the environment?
Yeah, so I felt like, okay, I ain't really trying to compete with like the people I know and shit like that, or my homies that's doing music. So I said I'm gonna just stand out in my own lane. So I was like, I always knew I could sing, but I just never did it because I was just like, uh, maybe that's not what people want to see from me. But now, like as I'm getting older, I'm really thinking like, okay, from a different standpoint, like I ain't gonna be like just stuck, like just thinking like that. I'm gonna think bigger. So I'm thinking like, okay, I could be this and I could make myself this. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do and I'm gonna be it. So that's where I'm really at with it. Like,
Right.
I'm not really out here chasing like I see everybody drop music, bro, but
Mhm.
I have never like felt like I needed to go make a song like that person because it was buzzing at the time.
So
Right.
yeah, so back to your catalog,
Yeah,
you had all these big songs, like
yeah,
you said, that was making you go up.
yeah,
You weren't mentioned in the last report card, right? The
yeah.
first one.
No,
And even now today, you have all these numbers, and you still not even really like
yeah,
getting your flowers like you
yeah.
should. You have the most numbers. Why do you think that is? Why do you think people are just now starting to even probably not even counting
Yeah.
you into the
Conversation.
conversation like the
Yeah.
top LA rap artists? They're
Because
leaving you out.
when I came out with Project Buildings, it was like it was so much other good music out, but people was just not expecting for me to get this good this fast. Like
Right.
they wasn't expecting that. Like, and that's what I already was on. Like, but I just didn't know how to really be me at the time.
So
So with
how
Project
long
Buildings,
was it until how long was it until Self Esteem came out? How long did that take for it to really? How
probably
long did
like
it take to get
uh,
big?
I had to promote it for like a good 6 months, 6 to 9 months, and after it had different stages. Like the more I kept going with it, and I would do stuff, and I would do shows and stuff like that, and I would post on Instagram and go viral performing the song. So now I'm like, okay, I know it's buzzing in the streets and stuff like that, but now I gotta bring it to the internet, and so now that's when YouTubers and shit start using it on TikTok,
Yep.
and then TikTok took it to a whole different level. Cause I never went viral on TikTok because you gotta think in order like it's really hard to make music that everybody could love and it could be cool and it could still go on TikTok.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Do you think TikTok is really like how
Yeah.
big of a role do you think TikTok is nowadays? You think
No.
it's like that's if it wasn't for TikTok, you think you would be where you are, or
No,
is that not a factor?
TikTok play a big factor. That's
Major.
why a lot of artists nowadays, like when they sign, like the labels push them to do TikTok. Like they
Make content,
yeah, like because
content creation.
yeah, because TikTok is really going to push your songs like to a whole different level. It's a new generation. It's kind of like when artists like Lil Wayne and stuff. That's why they still big because they know how to adjust to like the changes in the game and shit like
Right.
that. Like Lil Wayne probably don't make TikToks, but I'm probably sure like people he got somebody that's making TikToks for him. Like
Right.
A team.
yeah, like so it's like man, that's yeah, TikTok is the most important thing. But that's why I try to stay like making music to where like people like the people on TikTok can actually like it. Like those
What would
type
you
of
say is the age group on TikTok? Would you say it's kids, or you think it's a lot more adults? Because
No.
on Instagram, I see a lot of it's older people for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Because I
yeah.
know TikTok is a mainly a younger kid type of app, so you get
Yeah.
like a bunch of
It's a
kids
mix.
fans.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. It be from kids to older women, like old women, like
TikTok or Instagram?
TikTok, and then like on Instagram, it could be from teenagers to like grown girls, like
Mhm.
to even older women, like even married people and stuff like that. Like even like people, it don't even got nothing to do with just people. Like people use it for cooking and nails and hair and all type of different other stuff. Like
Yeah.
Everyday
You can
stuff.
find your niche
like
Yeah.
there.
everything.
Yeah.
Like people wake up and just play that song. Like we went somewhere and we had told them something about the song and it was like, man, the girl come up here every morning and play this song. Like bro, like to the point where like I go places now and people know who I am. Like
Because of self-esteem?
Yeah, because self-esteem.
So how did all these remixes come about? Did they reach out to you? Was it labels?
I heard
how
it
did
was a
all
little
these industry
a
people?
little baby
Yeah.
remix
Yeah.
too.
No, they all reached out to me. Like even Lil Baby reached out to me, but I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think because I dropped the song with NLE Chopper before he could get on it, I feel like that's why he never like sent it back. But I'm
Okay.
still
I
locked
respect
in.
it. I
Like
respect it.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm still locked in with all them because of how I carry myself. Like I ain't worried about it for that reason. Like I'm locked in with big artists and stuff like that I talk to that people might not know I talk to, but it ain't just about the music, you know? And I try not to always make it about the music, like, cause I know like every artist like got somebody coming with it straight off the back, like do a song with you, like. So now I'm just establishing myself like in a different way, like, bro. I don't really want to feel like and I always the fact that I never got the recognition, I always felt like I wanted to make it on my own.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to really have the features, need a feature to make a hit. So now I'll make a hit, but then I try to remix it with somebody, like, because I'm really trying to pave my own way, you know. Like I ain't trying to be like every artist, like, you know, because I kid you not, like that's why I feel like the culture of our culture is so like in a stagnated position, because it's like people so focused on competing in the city to where like they can't focus on going elsewhere, like,
Being greater.
you know.
I got a question. What makes you different? You speak a lot about being different. What makes you different? What makes Lambo different from Kalen, Bino, like all these artists that's kind of in your lane, but you are different from them. What makes you different?
Well, I'm really different from them because like I really just pay attention to the things that make me me. Like, and that's what I try to focus on, the things that I can do the best and what makes me me, and the special things that only I can do. Like, so I feel like when I do that, and I've been doing like certain type of ad-libs and stuff like that to the point where now I've been perfect them to where they sound actually good. And now it's like I see every other artist approach, but I'm looking at my approach, and it's like I wake up every day and still share my music. I wake up every day and still interact with my fans. I'm doing things that I don't gotta do. Sometimes, like, you gotta know, like, for me to be here, like, I could have got paid for a lot of things that I did, but sometimes I did it for free because I knew how far there it would take me. Like, you know, and sometimes I would just do it just because I know, like, this self promotion. Like, a lot of artists don't like going out there and making they shit be heard. Like, but I was always like, I seen, like, even when I made a transition and I moved from LA and I came out here and I seen people doing it different. Like, I seen Mike Mob and shit like that. Like, so it was like, I seen like niggas like actually doing shit, like, to the point where like, okay, now they throwing parties and rapping and shit, and I was seeing radio them and shit like that. They was going crazy as a motherfucker, and I'm like, man, now I was like, I was seeing all that, but I didn't know that I really wanted to rap at the time.
How old was you at the time when you was going to the functions, seeing Mike Mob on the radio and all that?
I was probably like 14, 15. Because I remember when I first came out here, my cousin already lived out here. His name's Swayze. And he already, so they was already like knowing everything. So I would go with them and I see them, man, they was going crazy. And then eventually, like, we start throwing parties and stuff like that. So, like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, before I started making music, I was already like real popular in the IE to the point where a lot of people already knew me. Like, not as Lambo4oe, but just me, like my regular self. So, like, it wasn't really hard to do this. Like, I was playing football and shit at Valley View, like my damn near 11th grade and senior year. And then after that, like, my dad had died, so I'm like, I didn't really like football no more after that, cause that's something that I did with him. And then shit, I went to thank you. I went back to LA with all my family and shit like that. So I went back to Watts and shit, and I would be out in the projects and shit. And I would start getting in the studio like I'm about to be a rapper for real. Like, and then I'm like, I got the story. Like, ain't too many people got the story like I can. Ain't too many people gonna be able to do what I'm able to do to make it to become Lambo4oe. So I was like, I went back to Watts and stuff like that, and started moving through LA and like getting hot out there and paving the way, because I knew like I could never like make it as Lambo4oe if I didn't go like back to the root of like
I had
what
to go
I am.
to the heart of it.
Yeah, so I couldn't be like, oh, okay, I'm a rapper from IE, because people don't really know me as a kid from IE. Like, so I had to go back to the people that really like, okay, this who he is, because.
But let me ask you though, how do you balance that? Because Watts is an extreme place. The IE has an extreme parts.
Culture.
But at the same time, how do you balance the two sides of getting better and in the streets? So how do you balance that?
Really. So like, I always like, I always had my mind. I always had my own mind. Like when I was like in the hood or in the streets, to the point where like I just didn't do certain shit niggas did. Like I wasn't out here trying to be known for this nigga's hoods and shit like that, or making just problems, or you know. I ain't never really been a hater. I feel like anybody that really do that, like I know what it's like to be in the hood around a lot of niggas and it's different niggas. All that shit just be some hater shit. Like that don't really be no, that don't really be nothing else. Like so, I was just like always like I ain't want to be the person that hated on somebody, and I feel like when you in the hood, you dealing with so much hate at all time. Like and sometimes you might be, it might be a motherfucker that hates you, and you just gotta know he hates you because he ain't gonna never tell you he hates you.
Never gonna.
So it's like just you just gotta know like, and so like the fact that I always had to deal with that type of shit, I never bandwagon with no niggas to where like what they did became my problems. Like so I always smart like just to don't do my own shit, and it's like more so like I'm from the projects, but I don't gotta really do certain shit to
you got your own validation. You don't need somebody else to validate you.
Yeah, like and I really lived over there, and my whole family, all my family from there. So it's like I never had to really hang with no outsiders. Like I got 28 cousins. I got friends that I meet, and I'm like an eagle. Like I be in the room, but like I could really know who I'm around, like without talking to them, and it's like, and I'm cool with that because it's like me knowing that I could be ahead, and I could always keep myself out of problems. You know, I know when a person a good person. I know when a person like a bad person, and it's like I know when a person I just can't get with. You know, and I'm okay with that, and I accept that. I never force myself to do shit that I know that ain't right. You know.
So let me ask you this: with all the numbers, the big features, all the big people in the industry that know you, you don't really have a big ego. You're still like humble, down to earth. What keeps you locked in with yourself?
Are you into spirituality?
What makes you still
like? Cause like I didn't been through some tough times in my life to where like I always had to be the person that keep it real at the end of the day, like, and I was being talked to like to no matter what type of bullshit goes on in the world, what people do or nothing like that, always like just play it back and show them like you did it that way, but I still kept it real, like, and I always like thought of shit like that way. So like now that I'm like getting into the industry and being around people, I'm like on some shit to where I'm still stay true to myself. Like I rather be easy to work with than somebody that got an ego and then they thinking this of me. They don't really even take the time to see it.
Exactly.
Because it's so many egos, and so many egos project certain different shit, and people pick up different things from it. So they might project that one ego the same way they pick up on this ego. So I never be like, I always watch. I always, me being young, I always had the time to watch people fuck up.
Yep, me too.
Truly
I respect. I relate on that. Yes.
So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna play this shit different. I'm gonna play it the smart way, and I feel like that's why I'm booked up. Like that's why I've been able to move and shit like that, because I'm holding myself to a higher purpose. Like I feel like people get this shit and like they want to just look cool about this shit, but at the end of the day, this shit's still a business. Like I don't really like, I ain't on smoking my videos. I don't do certain shit. Like people don't see like certain things, because when I'm doing this, like I'm doing this, like I ain't trying to even have no downfalls to it. It's just like I had good grades in school, but I probably didn't really achieve certain shit that the typical person would think you need in life to
be successful.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like the fact that I got this chance, like I don't take it for granted. Like I'm gonna be the perfect example of what an artist supposed to be like, and I'm gonna take those steps, the proper steps to do that. Like, you know.
Speaking on like getting caught up and things happening, not to put nothing on nobody. I don't want nothing to happen to us. You're a blessed brother, and we're gonna keep it that way.
Period.
But posting money on social media, you know that's a hot thing. Flexing, you know that's a hot thing. How do you feel like that is something that you can do and still manage to be the artist that you are?
Shit. I ain't gonna lie to you though. For me, being in Washington, shit like that, being around certain niggas and shit like that, I never really wanted to have people in my business. So I wouldn't really be the type to let somebody know what I really got. Like, cause I was in the projects during like pandemic time, and I was having all type of fucking money.
All coming and going,
and it wasn't like, but people wouldn't really know, like, cause I wouldn't show my hand all the time to people that I didn't want to know what I did. So now the fact that like, wait, what you said again? So
posting the money.
Okay, yeah. So like the money shit, like I just barely got like to where like I got like a flexing like cockiness to
about
me, but
you,
I'm just humble to the point where like I know where to do that shit at.
Know
like,
how to do it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it in front of certain people because like certain people don't understand things how I understand it, and they don't see things how I see it. So you may rub a person the wrong way, and it might be unintentionally, but it might not even really be you. It might be coming from some other, and I always seen that. So I never really wanted to make people feel like down about certain shit. So like if I'm around you, like if you don't even know that I'm Lambo4oe, I won't tell you that I make music. Like, cause I ain't even the type of person that's just out here just cloud chasing. Like this me, like so.
I like that you stand on being a man first before anything. Like before all this anything. Like you stand on being a man and being true to who you are, who you were born to be. I respect that. Like, do you feel like some of that influence came from Nipsey Hussle?
Yeah, like, cause I ain't gonna lie to you, like I used to hear Nipsey talk a lot, like on interviews and stuff like that, and coming from where Nipsey came from, and I live, my granny still live over there, like, and I said, so I know like what it is and what it ain't, and the fact that Nipsey was doing it in his own way, but it was just like, bro, Nipsey was on a run that was about to go crazy, like
touch the world,
like on some, he was gonna be rich as fuck, like bro, like what? So I just like. I try to mimic that because I ain't gonna lie to you. I was listening to Nipsey for a long time, and I used to see him and shit like that. And Nipsey really was a product of his environment, and to see him like overcome that, because I was still a Nipsey Hussle fan when Nipsey Hussle wasn't really trying to be on the industry stuff.
Exactly, he was just about making his brand, like really making his brand.
Yeah, and he came back with when he sold all the mixtapes for $100 and stuff. I'm proud to pay and stuff like that. And that's when I seen him, Nipsey songs doing, I always see Nipsey songs do millions of streams, but then his music videos wouldn't have millions yet. And I was like, now when Racks in the middle, all that, then he was going toward where he was really supposed to be.
Saw the evolution.
How have people changed around you as you've been going up lately? Like, do you have the same circle, or people been coming in, leaving, or more people been trying to tap in with you? How's it changed?
I ain't gonna lie to you, like, bro, I've been on some shit to where like now I gotta protect my success, because people that now I'm starting to find out, what people really want to see me win and what people really don't want to see me win, and what people want to just confuse me, like, and that's why I be real big on it. Like I'm not begging nobody to be around me and stuff like that, like, and I don't need nobody to be around me to do me, like, so I go through a lot of that with my friends and stuff. Like it's to the point where I don't really got friends no more, cause it's not the same no more. Like, and it was just different some months ago, but it's just like I'm figuring out that certain people don't want to see me win now that I'm actually winning. I'm figuring out that certain people wanna control how my success is going. I see that people just don't want to see me have it, like, and they trying to make themselves like basically like obligated to something that nobody never was with me doing. Like I always remember being by myself doing shit, shows and shit. I'm always by myself, like I ain't got no major bunch of niggas with me.
No entourage.
I can, but I don't want to have a bunch of fake people around me.
Yeah,
like,
I like as you saying that, the song that's ringing through my head is Mary J. Blige's "Just Be Happy." Like you just want to be happy. Like I don't want no drama. I just want to be happy.
Yeah, and
like,
I ain't happy.
I respect that.
I ain't happy when I got a bunch of niggas around me, 20, 30 niggas.
Right.
Because now I gotta babysit all them. I gotta make sure like they moving accordingly. Like I gotta think for different people. man, I might have all these people around me, and they got me moving how I may not never move
because they don't have the same obligation, the liability as you.
They don't appreciate it and respect it how I do, and that's what let me know like, oh, okay, I can't have this person around me. And then I started had to weed people out, like people who would try to drag me down, like even situations would happen, like just like people that I just try to like basically like, okay, what I was dealing with. See, at first what I was dealing with, where I had to really overcome and be strong with, I was having talk from like Watts and the projects and shit like that, and people feeling obligated to my success. But ain't nobody never been with me, and that's why I always try to do my own thing, to where like I didn't attach that shit to my success. Like I didn't make that about my music, to where like I needed that, because I knew that would always be the case, and I seen niggas play themselves out all the time like that. So I just made it always okay. Look, I'm my song called Self-Esteem. She ain't got nothing to do with no game banging or nothing.
That's right.
Like, yeah, dang it, like, like, come on, bro, like, and then it's putting me in the box to where like, bro, I be making music with people from way other generations.
You touching the Netherlands?
They yeah, like. And then it's also like, bro, I could be making songs with somebody from a whole another hood that probably never was cool with the people from the projects and stuff. Yeah. But bro, that's how I'm trying to I'm showing them like it's a bigger purpose. Like you can stand for something bigger. Like at my age, because I know people that's older than me, and they ain't really trying to show that. So I'm showing like you could be a leader, like you could grow, like and you could still go back and reach your people and do different things, but do it different. Like it's like, I don't gotta be in the projects flexing on everybody over there, and I ain't been over there in 2 years, and I ain't tripping off that, because I know that I'm holding myself to a higher purpose.
They still
and
see
my mind
shining.
is growing, you know. And it's like I know if I could go over here and touch the world, and I could come back over here and give 100 bikes out to all the kids, help parents out and stuff like that. I could be really like an inspiration to my community, more so like a waste to it, you know, and like just wasting my opportunities and stuff like that. Because like I said, I ain't really blow up out of LA. Like I had project buildings in LA, but I had to leave LA and come back to the IE and blow up.
And it was blowing up.
So you say going out of your city is more beneficial than staying in your city?
Yeah, because I had it's weird. I was in the IE, went back to LA so I could get LA fan base and show my whole story. Like I come from Watts and stuff like that, so it could be organic and they don't just go over people's heads. Okay, it was never about the Grape Street shit, never about that, because my daddy and them did that shit. Like I don't gotta really be that, because my whole family is that. Like I'ma always see that shit, so I could be a better me. So now I'm leaving LA, coming back to the IE with my whole mindset and everything that I learned, and I'm knowing like, okay, it's certain people that made it in the IE, and there's certain people that haven't made it in the IE. But I'm knowing like the shit that I'm learning from out here, being right here, now it's coming back out here. But when I came back out here, I ain't gonna lie, it was young niggas getting cracking out here. At like the time, like it was starting. Okay,
who was
they
it?
got a wave. Okay, I heard 5 Star. That's the first time. First person.
This was recently or
no? Like beginning of last year.
So you would say the IE made you, or what?
The year before that. I won't say the
IE.
I won't say the IE made me, but the IE made me better. Like
made you better,
like a better like artist.
That. Like that.
It's like a bad like I understand shit in 2 different ways. That
you got people, the hood and then you got the suburbs, so you got a little bit of both.
Yeah, so like my whole approach and how I think of shit, like nobody in LA ain't gonna think about going and really make no shirts or do no clothing line.
The pride is too high there. Like
you see where I'm from.
Do that shit.
You already know, man.
Bro, like I never felt like uncomfortable with coming outside of my shell. Like I felt like that's what the IE helped me do. The IE helped me know what fun is and to just be cool. Like, cause like I ain't never had to worry about the type of shit that I worried about in the IE. Like when I was little, like type of shit we go through, like we was little outside on the blocks, but we was still like getting hemmed up by the police and shit like that. Like
bullshit, the negative.
Yeah, so it was different running from certain shit, running from gunshots and shit. Like, cause you hanging with older people and shit. So
do you think more LA artists should come out here and do what you do, or you think that just works specifically for you?
Yeah, I feel like that's why I said I can't be nobody else. I can only be me. Like, and I feel like for me to try to hide that, I'm not really me. Like, you know, like I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, LA just helped me be like strong and see shit that I probably want to see. IE helped me become smarter and a man and responsible and better and really helped me perfect my music. I was in if I lived in LA at the time, I was trying to perfect my sound Lambo4oe, and I was going to Hemet and recording with Esteban and shit like that. I wouldn't have been Lambo4oe because IE helped me become that. Like, you know, because I had the time.
With that being said, what fan base do you feel like really has the more of an impact on your numbers, your stuff like that? What is it, the IE fan base or the LA fan base that really rocks with you more?
I feel like the fact that, cause like, bro, I like music that probably certain people don't like, bro. Like it be like white music, like it's like One Direction and certain shit. Like it's certain different shit, bro. Just me being
a kid, right?
So you like bands, not just One Direction. You like.
Come on,
Carly
bro.
Ray.
Like, come on.
Hey, I just met you.
Come on, bro. Like,
hey, no, at least you be honest. A lot of people not going to admit it.
And not going to admit it. Like, I remember in middle school, everybody loved Taylor Swift.
Oh, me?
Like, come on, bro.
22.
Like, me being an IE,
when I turned 22,
so,
that was my song.
You gotta be
I'm out to the right now.
You have to have the egos or the fronts or any of that. IE made you be authentic to your true self. That's probably why you have that ego demeanor and you so down, because the IE really humbles you.
Exactly. And it's like, bro, that's why my music really sounds different, because I could kind of make a hip hop like song that kind of sound pop.
Yep.
Like,
I respect it.
And that's why I'm like on some shit like that, because
is that how Self-Esteem came about? IE influence?
Yeah.
That was an LA influence?
That was like,
it had to be a mix.
I ain't mix, bro.
What was it really?
It was like on some cool shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, it was fly. Like,
real fly.
I wasn't really thinking from no LA shit. I was my Valley self.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it here, man. Y'all heard it here first.
Cause I wrote it. I was in the Valley when I wrote it. Like, I ain't like to the. That's why I don't sugarcoat it or like step away from that, because it's to the point for me being like that. Now my music ain't just LA. I know niggas that's really famous from LA, and they only famous in the United States.
Local.
Like, fact that I'm like that now, it's like my shit is global. Like, I'm doing millions of streams in the UK and shit like that, Africa and shit like that. And it's because like I think like that, bro. I feel like that's how Drake is so big. Like, cause he think like how he think. Like, you know.
So what would you say is the biggest issue for LA artists? Why it's not popping, and why it's such an issue, and the egos, and just like even people being mad at the report card, being mad about their grades. Yeah. What would you
shout out to
what would you say is what's stopping them?
Because they follow all the stereotypes. Like they do.
They are what everybody's saying they are.
They do this shit. They try to do shit from a perspective of a look, more so of from an artist standpoint,
being themselves.
Yeah, like I feel like it's a lot of rappers, but it's not like a lot of artists. Like I feel like that's where I'm coming in, and I feel like that's why a lot of people didn't give me the recognition at first, because I was going around all these people, but it was just like some people would treat me different, some people wouldn't treat me different, and I feel like it was because like how aggressive I was coming, like.
And it's actually a different sound. It's actually a different sound. Yeah.
So it was just like, it was like, for the people that really don't make music, they like, oh, okay, we fuck with it. But the people that really made music, they didn't really understand my shit, because they so used to people doing the same shit or trying to do certain shit that another person did. And so it was too unfamiliar at the time. Yeah. So I had to give it time. I had to drop a lot of projects with like 28 some songs on it and shit like that, just to show people where I was coming from on a music perspective. Like, I didn't even care about dropping videos at first, because I said I want to build a core fan base to where people could actually listen to my music and play a lot of my songs. Like, so, and I was like, okay. So I would drop music like a lot. Like, I got a lot of songs like already out. I feel like, and that's why I am on a report card, and because that.
Congratulations to that. Even though like your score is a D or whatever, but like that's cool. Still like you know, you have that, people know who you are. Your name is out there.
Really
like,
know,
yes.
Because guess what? I said that was cool because within the last 2 years, nobody's made a song bigger than Self Esteem.
Right.
There we go.
Like, look, Self Esteem haven't even peaked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my video has been out 3 months and it's about to hit 8 million views. It's doing 100K every 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, bro,
Has it charted? Do you know if it charted or is it about to chart?
Bro.
Billboard.
It been shit. I know it hit the Billboard once, but it kind of like
It's going
go up and down.
yeah.
But I've been on Shazam charts for a long time, and I've been on Instagram #1, like one of the top trending sounds. TikTok,
Man,
top trending
I
sounds.
want to know, like, how did you feel seeing Jada Waiter?
Yeah,
What was your reaction to seeing that video? What was that like?
I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Ari, Jada,
All of them.
fucking all of them, bro.
Did they
Ruby
slide in your
Rose.
DMs or it was just
You a
post music?
ladies man.
Like, no,
They
I'm
slid in
cool
your
with them.
DMs?
Like, we talk. Like, I'm
Okay.
cool with all of them.
I
Like,
respect it,
I ain't
right?
never
With your
talked to,
friends.
no, wait, let me
I
fix that.
respect
I ain't never talked to Jada or Ari, but I talked to like Ruby Rose and all these other people. Like, I got a song with Ruby Rose.
Yeah.
Like, she got on Self Esteem remix, but I just never dropped it. Like,
Oh, what?
yeah, I got the song and everything. So, like, even like freaking Sway Lee, all type of people. Like, I try not to mention all these names because it be like, man, I don't be really trying
It
to
ain't
make it
about
about
that.
that.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
ain't
but
about that.
That's
I mean,
crazy
cool.
though how you had that many people on that song. That just shows how big that song really is because
I wanna know.
a record. That shows how
Yeah,
big the
my
record
bad.
is.
I want to know, how was it like performing at Rolling Loud? Like, how was that experience?
well, I ain't
Like,
gonna lie to y'all. I got sick the day. I got sick the day I was supposed to go to Rolling Loud.
mhm.
And my back was hurting so bad, like I don't know what I had. Well, I had took a moxicillin because I went to the dentist,
Mhm.
and it fucked me up. Like my back, I think I got an allergic reaction. So I was gonna go,
Mhm.
and they was gonna bring me out on somebody's set. But then, like, I'm like, man, can I push through it?
Not like this.
No. And
So
I'm
you
like,
didn't get to
no.
go.
No, the second they bring me back out, and then DJ Charisma gave me VIP wristbands, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I didn't go. I'm
Shout
like,
out to
maybe
DJ
it's, I
Charisma.
just said maybe it's just not meant. Maybe it's just meant for when my name is actually on the Rolling Loud thing. Like, so I was just like, I'm not the type of person to where like I'm trying to rush things. I know everything happened at
Everything
the right
take
time.
right?
Yeah, and then like I also believe that you can make things come, but you got to do them in the right way. So it's like I'm gonna be on Rolling Loud next year because I got self-esteem and all them
Right.
songs. So,
That your new single that
Yeah.
just dropped, that's doing crazy
Yeah.
numbers. Tied Out with Blast.
so
Shout
I
out
gotta,
to that.
I gotta be patient. I gotta let it take its card.
Right,
Yeah.
let's
Do his thing,
ride.
yeah.
All these songs, like, and I'm getting ready to drop a mixtape. Like, I'm
Let's
about
talk
to drop,
about it.
drop.
Right, when is the tape
Yeah,
coming
like,
out?
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, like, to the point where like, I know I'm in a position to where like, ain't no level to where I can't go right now.
Mhm.
So my approach on how I'm making my whole project, I'm making sure it's the best project ever.
This is a
Like,
mixtape.
There we go.
yeah.
So let me ask you this: you drop mixtapes, right? How many mixtapes until the album's dropping?
When's the album?
You don't have a
When's the
debut studio album yet, huh?
No, I don't got an album. I probably drop an album my next deal. Like I don't want to drop an album right now.
Would you want
because,
the budget or it's still just finding yourself, your sound?
like I feel like I'm ready, but I figure out I wanna just like build like myself. I feel like I gotta
Yeah.
make a proper introduction before
Introduction.
I get to an
Yeah.
album.
What would you say you want to work on? Your image, your
Like,
more music? What do you
branding.
think it is you want to work on yourself?
Just like brand. Like I feel like my music there, but I'm really about to work on just dropping videos and touring and doing things like that. Like trying to get on different things that I need to do. You know,
The
because
delivery.
I've been doing shows. I've been traveling, but I'm talking about like going overseas and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
You
Like,
haven't gone overseas yet?
no.
Trying
You
to
got
get to
anything lined up?
Japan,
Nah,
right?
I ain't got nothing lined up, but I know
It's
I can
coming.
go to the UK for sure. Like, I'm gonna go out there and do a pop up or something, like, just to get it started. Like, you gotta start the conversation, kind of. Like, that's how I look at it. Like, if I ain't there or it ain't nobody putting me there, I could put my own self there. Like, if I get locked in, I already been getting locked in with people out there to the point where I'm gonna be able to throw a show with somebody out there. You feel me?
Mhm.
Myself, instead of like somebody, oh, we wanna book you in the UK. No, I'm gonna go do a show out there. We're gonna go viral. And then after that, I'm gonna be able to get booked in the UK. They gonna book me.
So what
That's
states
what I
have you
always do.
traveled to so far? Like what's your where have you been so far?
I've been to Miami. I've been to New York. I've been to Utah. I've been to Minnesota. I've been to freaking dang, where else have I been? Um, I've been to a lot of other little states, like few of them, but I got about 7 to 10 states down by the hit. Like, I'm finna go to Oakland. I'm going back to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to Washington, DC. Uh, like so, it's a lot of different little places. Like,
What's your
How
favorite
is the
place to
experience? Like, how
go
was the
ahead?
experience traveling? Like, you haven't
Okay.
traveled before until just now, right?
Yeah,
You
like
got the opportunity to travel because your music. So
yeah.
how is it? Like, how was the experience traveling, meeting new people, just the people, the faces? Like, what would you describe it as?
Like I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just like let me know, like okay, it's more out there. I'm seeing how different places of the world look and stuff like that. So it's like, I have different types of ways. I sometimes we might catch a plane, but like all the states that we can hit, like that's around, like we've been driving, like we want to like get the full experience,
see it.
like yeah, cause like I always told myself like the fact that I always had to always believe in myself. I said once I got the chance to hit the road, I ain't gonna never get off the road. I'm gonna try to stay on it as long as I can because like I'm gonna become bigger faster. Like I ain't cause I don't really I don't really see nothing else for myself. Like all I always see like myself doing music. So as of right now, I'm just stick to that and live through that and become like that the right way. You know.
All right, so let's end it on this. What is next for Lambo4oe? How are you gonna end this year out? You doing the music? Is there anything you want to do after music, or
Merch.
what's the?
Well, I got merch. I got my merch dropping, my self esteem merch. I'm finna I got a lot of stuff coming up with Power 106, Power 106 basketball game. I got Power 106 concert with me, Tiger and Curly Ray coming up. I
There we
got
go.
Fast and Furious movie coming out. Our
What?
song gonna be on there.
You got a song on the
It's-
on the
hey,
album?
Yeah,
Hey.
me, YG, and Ty Dolla Sign.
That's big.
That's
That's
major.
big. Congratulations.
Yeah, like I'm
Black excellence.
I gotta so I'm like really like in a moment to where like man I gotta seize all this shit. So I kind of been there able to really be happy about it because I'm like I ain't really comfortable.
You still going?
Yeah, I'm still going. Like I see higher places for myself. Like
Mhm.
I don't want to just be right here. Like this was never my plan.
Yeah.
So as my song getting bigger and stuff like that, I'm just making myself bigger and my image and stuff like that. And it's going good because I'm already about to go. I already went gold. So my song went
Self-esteem
gold.
went gold?
Yeah, it went gold. And
Hey.
now it's
That's
about to go
major.
platinum.
That's right.
major. There
So-
we go.
Whoa.
So I just gotta keep going. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, like I already been perfecting my music to the point where like I know when I drop certain songs now they gonna be hits, but it's just a certain point in time. Like
Timing.
yeah, it's the timing.
Yeah.
So I don't want to oversaturate people. So I've been kind of like staying with my music, dropping singles and promoting them and stuff like that. I'm real big on promoting because your song, like depending on how long you want to promote your song and you promote it, that's how big it's gonna be.
Your promotion is crazy.
I don't
respect
see
it.
self esteem as big, really. I see it as big, like I see the millions, but I'm like, can this motherfucker get to 100 million? Like that's the type of shit I'm on. Like, and I ain't gonna stop till I get it. But I ain't really banking on self esteem because I know I can make more songs.
Got
So
more in you.
yeah, so that's what I'm finna do. I'm finna give them music. I just been kind of like waiting a little bit, trying to see what's out there, like, cause like I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm in attack mode, like
Yeah.
in the most humblest way,
I
like
respect it.
to the point where like, man, in this game, like if you want to be the best, you gotta really be the best, like,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm doing. Like I ain't here to overstep nobody or step on nobody's toes. And I'm coming in the most respectful way, but my shit is tough. Like it's gonna be fun. Like it's gonna be like this. My shit is so in a whole different lane and a whole different vibe to where like I don't really gotta compete with nobody.
Right.
It's just my
That
shit
part.
is just what it is, and
Mhm.
they
Be with
love this
yourself.
shit.
Just keep
Yeah.
getting better.
That's why
Be
when
your
you
own
see my
lane.
shows and shit like that, like all these big artists, they have more followers than me and shit like that. But I could actually sell out shows. Like,
Hey, say that again.
like I could do that. Like,
Hey, tell
I
them
do
you're
it
not
on my
bringing
own.
out all these guests with you. It's
Yeah,
just your show.
yeah.
It's the
And it's all
Lambo4oe show.
females. Like, it's,
Man.
like
Right.
majority it's females, and
They support.
like that's what I really like appreciate how I had to come up, because me coming up, my process, it gave me all that. If I would have just blew up off somebody and had a big song because I paid for a feature, I wouldn't have had all that shit. I would have been moving backwards. So I would have been fucking stressed out like, damn, I'm famous and I can't even throw a concert. Like, and so now that I did it my way and I had to take the hard way, take the steps and build brick by brick, it's like my shit is kind of looking different. It's just like how y'all said, I got it's 3 million monthly Spotify listeners. And I was looking at it the other day because I'm trying to look at it, go over that, and it went up another 100K. Because I'm like, okay, I'm dropping music, and it's like people actually loving it, and I was like, I don't care how if my song don't do 1 million the first night. I bet you after 9 months to 10 months, whatever song that I really, really like, it's gonna be at 1 million.
It's gonna do that because they're living with it.
Yeah,
right.
It's going through a process of like really growing it organically, step by step. Because I didn't put marketing and stuff behind self-esteem. It was just me like marketing my damn self. Like,
so you didn't put no ads in, no paying people to promote. Bro. That was all you.
All me, bro. Just going viral on the gram, just making people like, oh, this song actually lit. And then other people start going up to it and they become a theme, like to where, okay, self-esteem is a hit that is gonna go forever. Like that's where I'm at a point to where like, okay, I see all the music and I hear all the music that's being put out right now, but I ain't gonna budge off who I am right now. Like I hear S5 and them and I ride to their music, that shit slap. Like S5 my boy, like, but I don't want to be S5. I want S5 to be S5, but I'm gonna be Lambo. So when we get to the top, we both gonna be rich. Like, you feel me? I don't gotta never feel no type of way. And I speak on S5 them a lot because a lot of people out of the city, they try to box them in. Like, they don't want to see them kind of make it out of the city because they want to keep them in bullshit.
Right.
But, bro, everybody is in a space to where now in the world, you got an option. Like, you can make it as something. It's just you got to just choose whatever you want to do and whatever make you happy and whatever you love to do every day. Like, because I remember working a job and I'll be like going there and people know who I am, like from project buildings. And I'll just be like, this ain't what I'm supposed to be, but it's just a stepping stool to get to where I'm at. And it might not be everybody else's process. And I might got to do this to keep myself out of certain shit so I can get to where I'm going.
Right.
And that's what I did. And now I quit my job. I'm this like all the way like
straight like that.
I'm like, man, I've been through so much shit that probably could have like not. I probably would have never been this. I probably would have been hurt or in jail or something like that. And like that's why I try to do all good shit now because I know like what it's like to not really have like the thought in your mind to where like what I'm gonna do next or where I'm gonna look to like, cause man. I remember one time everything was like I was doing music and my music was going good, but everything else in my life was not that good.
Right.
But I was like, okay, I'm gonna live through the music because I remember at times my mom and them asked me like what I'm gonna really do. Like I gotta really focus on something because music ain't always gonna be there. Like, and I tell my mama like I'm finna make it by next year. And then I did it.
Right.
I remember when I went and signed my deal. She was still thinking like I was just talking like just like faking, like she was thinking like it wasn't real. But I ain't gonna lie, when I went to the bank, came back with that bread,
she knew it was real.
Yeah, she knew it was real.
Honestly, as a fan, I want to say thank you for putting your story in your music. I want to say thank you for coming and speaking your story. Like I actually do listen to your music, so I really honestly enjoyed this conversation that I had with you. I thank you for coming to the Ox Connect as well. Sure.
I fuck with y'all, man. I feel like for y'all to be like y'all shit is coming out the IE and shit like that, bro. I feel like, bro, next year, bro, y'all not gonna be where y'all. It's gonna be way bigger, bro. I already see it, bro.
Major.
Like,
because
how y'all push, bro. A lot of people don't just push about the culture, like.
Right.
It's not. It's always about something else, you know.
Right.
And I feel like y'all leading in a way to where like everybody that y'all post about, y'all pushing them in like a higher purpose.
Exactly.
It's really organic.
Most definitely.
It's really from here.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So that's why I kind of be like, man, like I got certain blogs and stuff that I lock in, but I lock in with y'all like for sure because I know like it's real important and they don't got a lot of people out of the IE that's really trying to put people on in a
positive light,
a positive way,
right?
And
big
like
on that,
a genuine way,
right?
You know,
big
like,
on that too.
Yeah, it's not too many people like that coming out of IE, and I feel like the fact that this what the artists need, they need y'all like
platform.
Thank you.
Because
we need y'all. We need y'all to keep doing what y'all doing. We need y'all to keep putting out y'all craft and really be artists with this. We need y'all to keep doing what y'all doing.
That's what I already know. Like I feel like y'all finna see a lot of artists come out of the IE, like the IE on fire. Like I feel like it's not. That's why I don't really say like, oh, when I go on interviews, it's just about Watson. Now I never make it about LA. I say California,
right?
Whole thing.
Because it's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like I never heard nobody come from that approach to where like they gonna carry the whole thing. They really just talking about they small section.
Right?
And most of the time when artists talking about they small section, it's because they making the music just for that section.
Right?
And my music is way bigger than that.
Well,
and
I'm very smart, bro.
Yeah. I try to, bro. I read a lot too, bro. I read Napoleon Hill and stuff like that. So I think read Think and Grow Rich, 7 Keys to Success, the Art of War and stuff like that.
It shows.
Like, you got a lot of longevity, bro.
Yeah,
I'm betting all in on you,
for
bro.
Sure,
like
bro.
you gonna be here for a long time, bro.
For sure, bro. I'm trying to take the right steps, bro. So that way, like people, like they can see a clear cut vision. Like, okay, this how he made it. Because it only took me like a full 1 year to really get focused and just like, oh, okay, everything I'm gonna do is for this, and I'm gonna plan my steps. Like when I go do things, I'm gonna look a certain type of way, hold myself to a certain type of level, and I did that. I did it within a year, and I didn't came farther than my life in 4 months. Then I did 17 years.
I feel you. I feel you on that heavy.
Like my growth, like how I think, like I treat people different. I think about life different. Like that's why I don't deal with people and all the negativity and stuff like that. Because, man, I'm on some stuff to where like, man, I don't want nothing to steal my positivity or my happiness.
That glory.
And the fact that most people be like, oh, okay, it's a bad thing, like when you don't go back to your neighborhood and stuff like that. But right now,
survivor's remorse.
I'm like, I gotta be more for my people because I want to see more people come out of the struggle and stuff like that. Like I want to change the narrative for like black people and stuff like that. Cause like our narrative is that we live in poverty restricted situations and come from the struggle. But everybody's life ain't like that. I never grew up feeling like I had something stopping me from becoming what I was. But I always see my reality. But I always wanted to let people know like you could change it. Like and
that
so
part right
that's what
there.
I want.
That part right there. There we go.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Lambo4oe. Thank you for coming on the on the podcast. Thank you for representing IE, LA. Just
appreciate y'all
being true to yourself, bro. That's like not a lot of artists do that, bro. You're like you probably one of the first artists I came on in a long time that's really like genuine, down to earth. You tunnel vision and you got your own personality. You're authentic. You don't try to act like somebody you know, like you were saying with the music. You really being you. Yeah, and that goes a long way, bro. That goes a long way.
Heck yeah, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate it.
But yeah, thank you for coming to Ox Connect. We had Lambo4oe pulling up. Stay tuned. You got new music? Anything you any new music coming out? What's going on?
Go stream my new song, Keep Going. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Stay tuned. I got a project dropping. It's called Lambo, baby. It's for the females.
Lambo, baby.
How many songs is on it?
It's gonna be 10 songs on it.
10 songs?
Yeah, it's gonna have a couple features on there too. I usually don't drop with people, but I'm coming with remixes.
There we go.
All right, let's get it.
Sure.
Yes,
all right, appreciate you, man.
Heck yeah. Right. Yeah, that was dope. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Bro. Hey, that's deep, bro.
I had interviews and they ain't been like that.